Well, hey folks, it's a drizzly day here on the mountain. Kind of dark and dreary, but there's no wind, and it's kind of a nice morning. So I'm just out on a little venture here on my trail that I cut last year. See how much work I've got to do just to clean it back up again. But I'm out for a couple of reasons. One, hopefully I get some footage to share with you all. But I want to go and find some chaga. I remember where I put up that tree stand that there was some chaga there. And I'm going to head down to where there's a decent crossing and set my trail camera up and see if I can get some moose on the trail cam. Maybe some moose calves with their mom and stuff like that, because the time is near for all of that good stuff. So I'm going to get a trail cam watching that crossing and hopefully get some chaga, and who knows what else I might find. Yeah, so my trail is getting obliterated, as I'll show you. All the maple trees, like I said before, they get that fungus on it. The wood turns punky. It gets to be like cork. There's no strength to it, and they fall down. And this one broke off from way up there, you know. I really like being in the woods on a day like today, when there's no wind, it's quiet. Okay, I can't help myself, folks, but look, there's another maple with all the fungus. There's a spruce with all the fungus. There's another maple with the fungus. There's another maple with the fungus. I just can't help it. I got to show you what I see. And it's freaking sad. I give it 10 years and there won't be a maple tree left. Well, you can tell it bothers me because I can't shut up about it. Okay. Oh, it's so sad, and I'm glad my dad ain't here to see it. I mean, right here. Okay, look. I'm going to stop, and I got to show you. I'm going to just pan around. And what I should be panning around at is beautiful, healthy, pristine forest. Okay, so here goes. Dead spruce, dead spruce, dead spruce. Dead birch behind it. Another dead tree there. This maple is full of fungus. The maple back there, behind it, is full of fungus. Another dead spruce, another dead spruce, another dead spruce, another dead spruce. Maple, full of fungus. Two spruces, full of fungus. Spruce, full of fungus. I could walk 50 feet and repeat this. Okay, I'm shutting up now. Now you see this big maple that broke off and it fell that way? Well, I'm glad it went that way because my tree stands right here. Now, there's a lot of birch trees out here, but I find very little of the chaga in this forest. And I don't know why. So I got this chunk off of that. I'm going to let the rest of that, hopefully it'll expand. Could harvest some more later on. I've really taken a liking to this stuff though. Just dry it out, bust it up into chunks, and then I just let it simmer on the wood stove. When it turns like a coffee looking brew, we put it in bottles, put it in the fridge, and then I pour a cup whenever I want, heat it up. I have it with honey and a little half and half. It's a wonderful tea. Super good for you too. Never know it by looking at it though, huh? Some ugly stuff. Yep. Little treasure in the woods though. It certainly is. That's that fallen maple I was just talking about right next to my tree stand. Right here. There's a pile of poop and a pile of poop. There's a pile of moose poop there. Look at the deer tracks. You can see them. They're real fresh. The overturned leaves, 2 of them went that way. See that? And here, more tracks there. Tracks here, some more moose poop there. This is a really good spot here. I've got that tree stand and I got another one down at the bottom of the hill, probably 40 yards behind me. But it's thick in here and it's close range. You know, I cut some shooting lanes, but they're already obliterated. I'm just going to pan over here and show you. My trail's obliterated. That maple took down that spruce, which took down that spruce. You know. So I got a lot of work to do before hunting season comes in the fall. But it's worth hunting in here, man. With all these tracks and all this scat. Here's another one of my tree stands I just put up temporarily last year. And I come out one day and that big maple broke off and it fell this way and it actually touched my stand right here. Actually, these branches I broke off last year that were surrounding the stand. Can you imagine if I was in this stand when that other tree broke and come right at me? I probably would have jumped for it. I come out one day and I go, oh my God. Yeah, it's getting tough to find a good safe spot to put a stand out here. Isn't that pretty? Running nicely. Yeah, I love it. Now you see all of this here. This was a 340 acre clear cut. It was cut 10 years ago. It's trying to grow back. Lots of young spruce, but unfortunately, a lot of the spruce are dying off just as fast as they are struggling to grow. This was a really, really gorgeous valley. It was one of my favorite places. Go out behind the camp, I'd hunt back here, and now there's this huge cutoff. It was heartbreaking when it was going on. I'm realistic though. I know that the trees grow back. I just wish they did smaller clear cuts, you know. Maybe clear cut 50 acres and then select cut and then do another clear cut and do it like that. But it's not my land, it's not mine to say. Like I said, it's trying to grow back, but it's struggling. I'm just sitting here in the spot, looking out over this clear cut. I like seeing the young spruce growing back, but what I don't like is seeing a lot of them turning brown. Yeah, and it's the same way in the forest, it's the same way everywhere. So they're not like being bleached by the sun, because even in the shady forest, it's the same way. So with that said, I just want to share my thoughts with you all. People are always commenting on my videos and they say that they're very uplifting and inspiring. And even though what I'm going to tell you will sound more depressing, it's certainly not intended to bring you down, but it is to inspire you to, I guess it's just what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to give you a wake-up call. Okay? I'm sharing my observations with you all, okay? And what I observe on a daily basis, because this is where I live, this is my neighborhood, is going to be a lot different than what my viewers observe on a daily basis. It's a different world. So, a lot of people drive by a forest and they see lots and lots of trees out there, but when you're out here walking among them with your eyes open, it's a different story. So, when I'm out here and I see all of these trees, and some of these trees are over 100 years old, and it doesn't matter if it's a 10-year-old tree or a 100-year-old tree, they're reacting the same to the environment. And I see these trees as resilient as they are, and they have endured decade after decade of wind and rain and ice storms and heavy snows. And they just keep growing. And like this clear cut here that got all cut down, everything got wiped out, and it's just trying to grow back. It's resilient, but it can't withstand all the toxins that are being thrown at it. Okay? And neither can we, because if we could, the cancer ward wouldn't be the busiest place in the hospital. I never thought that I would be visiting the cancer ward, but yet I've been there 3 or 4 times in the last 6 months. Yeah, talk about an eye-opener, okay? Talk about a wake-up call about how fragile life is. And the sad thing is, and I've said this before, and I've heard it before, and I've talked about it before. When I went to the cancer ward and I'm sitting there and it's busy and you're waiting because there's a lot of people in there, and I overhear a lot of conversations. And I've heard these same words said before, where now somebody is dying, whether they're dying or one of their loved ones is dying, and they say, we're just focusing on quality of life now. Well, I'm sorry, friends, but when you're dying, or one of your loved ones is dying, there is no quality of life. You may be like that song, live like you are dying, go out and ride a bull and jump out of an airplane and do all these things that you've always thought would be fun. And you might have a lot of fun doing it, but you're going to be doing it under a black cloud. When the laughter is over, reality sets in and you're left with a pit in your gut. Okay? So, if you put everything off and you just live day to day like everybody else, like we were taught, blinders were put on us when we were a kid. We don't want to see the world. We want to see where we are led, what we are supposed to see. The plane flying over. Not much view today because it's foggy out there. So, I see so many people leave this earth with such a void in their heart because dreams were unfulfilled and now it's too late for them to fulfill them. I come out here sometimes just to sit and absorb the energy, but a lot of the energy coming from the forest now, it's not like it used to be. It's not as fulfilling. So, nothing lasts forever, folks. If you have a 10-year plan or a 20-year plan, amp it up. Step it up. Make it a 5-year plan. Do what you can while you can. Don't put it off. Yeah. You know? You got to live now. Live now and live it up while you can. You won't regret it, I can tell you that.